Hello everyone, my name is Lorthorn and welcome to this mod showcase for Royal Variations. A mod about the royal variations of 4 classic Minecraft mobs. Right, so this video is recorded in 1.20.1 Java Edition and Forge as our engine. Royal Variations is made by the wonderful Mongoose artist and the maniac himself, Polar Ice 3, giving us 3 new yet not so new mobs. It gives us the Royal Zombie, the Royal Skeleton, the Royal Enderman, and the Royal Creeper. And each one of these gives us a right royal rumble to fight. They all spawn in the world naturally, and they're all just a slightly more tougher, slightly more dangerous version of their base variation or variant. Along with these variants, a few new items are added in, and these items are all gained by beating the variants. So let us take a look at our first variant, the Royal Zombie. The Royal Zombie is this wonderful bearded caped chap here with a little crown. He always spawns with 2 cronies along with him, and he has an excellent outfit that is reminiscent of Captain Sparkle's king from Fall of Kingdoms, where he used to rule the world and chunks would load when he gave the word. Now, look at that. 60 hit points, loads of armor, and a royal scepter, and he is no slouch in combat either. When it comes to fighting him, it is a difficult challenge indeed. Why, you very well might need diamond gear, a diamond sword, and probably a shield too, fully kitted out. Let us rumble. One of his cool powers is when it's time to fight, his minions get a sword and a helmet, and he will constantly buff them. His animations are a little bit outside of Minecraft's normal animations, but that's fine. He's perfectly allowed to do that, bobble and bibble about. He's royal and fancy. So, the minions get knightly fortitude, which makes them stronger, and he himself is quite the opponent. Now, in combat, he will utilize his buffed minions to help him fight you, as well as try to take you on himself, bobbling along behind them and giving them their buffs, and once slain he will slap you with his mighty scepter, giving you the chosen victim debuff, which makes it so the minions will target you. Shields, though, are an effective weapon against him. You have to be careful as he has quite decent knockback resistance, which makes him slightly harder to kite in combat. So, knockback enchantments or smite, best against him. His bibbly bobbly animations are fun. I do like the bonka 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 movement. It lets you know he's slightly different, slightly more dangerous, but he's not overly powerful, like a mini boss. 60 health is pretty good. He hits hard at dealing decent 1 damage against full diamond set, but he doesn't smash through shields all that fast. And his own damage resistance makes it so a typical diamond sword deals about 5 damage to him. But once thoroughly dealt with, he will drop all his goodies, which we shall get to later when we look at all they drop. But for now, know that you get all the typical zombie stuffs of carrots, potatoes, rotten flesh, iron, and a few not so typical things. Our next variant is the Royal Skeleton, and I must say I do like his popped collar. And that little skull on his shoulder, that's nice. The little armored leg, best foot forward, you have to have that leg armored. And a little torn outfit for his bowstring arm. He's also got gold teeth and a gold jaw, very fancy. The hovering crown's nice too. He's got the little offset, so typical in unique mobs, which people like to make them fancy and not as static as the normal Minecraft mobs. And well, that's up to their own discretion. I do like a good static mod, it feels more proper to Minecraft, but if you're royal, then you can be fancy and break the rules. And he does break the rules with those legs, my goodness does he ever. When it comes to combat, he fires an arrow with quite a bit of knockback, and he marks you, giving you that marked lower attack speed, lower damage, lower speed, and lower armor. And that knockback is just brutal. And yeah, there appears to be 2 of them. Yes, they can spawn naturally in the world, firing those golden arrows. His bow drawing animation is gorgeous. Just look at that. What style, what grace. Will I get oh my. Now, that is what we call unfair warfare. Just look at that bow reload, that pull, the draw, the steady, the aim. Also, how carefully he takes the arrows out of his quiver. Absolutely lovely animations. I do like them quite a bit. Does some good strafing too. A shield, though, does thoroughly help you deal with him. Or doesn't, as if you get too close, he will net you, freezing you in place, making him quite the handful. Oh my goodness. He also upgrades other skeletons nearby, giving them enchanted bows. That is hardly fair. Once more, this time with passion, we shall fight this royal pain. And yes, he will net us. And take us a brief while, but that ability does have a cooldown. And so we must take the opportunity to attack him. 2 hits in, and then we get net. Charge forwards, block next attack, 2 hits in, block, 2 hits in, block, 2 hits in, final block, final 2 hits, and taken out soundly. Now, if you get overwhelmed by them, that's quite dangerous, especially with him upgrading his fellows. Makes him right the deadly danged fellow to fight against. And the next enemy is also not so simple. In fact, it is incredibly unsimple. The Royal Enderman is a right royal terror. First of all, he is gorgeous. He's got a little halo as well as his floating crown. Look at that outfit, nice and long and skinny. We'll get all the Tumblr girls oohing and awing over him. His eyes have their own unique glow, and he's got a third eye on his forehead. And his strut is so mysterious and majestic. And he can spend so much money on me, and is so tender and caring, yet at the same time savage and brutal. Yes, his little halo things also have eyes in them. Very nice red royal colors with bits of gold, and well, I fear to fight him, but fight him I must. So let the screaming match begin. We shall try to fight him in a fair fashion after we get the keep inventory rule going. And then we'll see if we have to beat him in an unfair fashion. First, stare at him. And yes, he surrounds you in darkness in his rage, making it hard to see. Gapmouth Freak gives you the pressure gaze. And oh goodness, he is quite the fellow. Look at that, 100 health, loads of damage. This time, as he obviously beat us that method, we shall beat him the typical way you want to fight your Enderman. Face me with rage. Ooh, that is a fun animation. Yes, if you attempt to subvert his abilities, he shall just drop spectral anvils on your head whenever he teleports around, meaning that you're not even safe with things overhead. Right. Very well. If you want to beat him proper, need enchant mods. Or have modded items, either or, but better enchanted armor and all that stuff. The Royal Enderman is an absolutely no joke when it comes to fighting. So let's make ourselves no joke when it comes to fighting either. Now my favorite enchantments in Minecraft, generally, are protection. You can go for the specific enchantments, but I find protection is just a general good enchantment. And then if you can manage it, I am quite the fan of thorns, actually. I really do like a good thorns. The sword having sharpness 5 is pretty good, but we could also put fire on it, but I feel that this might be good enough. Of course, good enough isn't always good enough, and if you're wishing to fight the Enderman, you might want a few golden apples and maybe get yourself a potion of strength. I'm a fan of strength too. This is a very nice effect to have. So, now, let's try to make this fight slightly more fair. Although, it appears he may have a damage cap on him. I'm only dealing 5 damage to him. That is quite feisty. Must have toughness. Ooh, and that presence and spectral slowness. There we go. Whew! What a guy. That is a spooky fight. We did get some Royal Ender Pearls out of the exchange, but he is no easy foe to defeat. Now, something to point out also about him is that if you incur his wrath, you incur the wrath of all Endermen nearby. And on top of that, something kind of cool is if he'll do it, when he teleports to you, his teleportation deals a little burst of damage as well, making it fairly dangerous. He is not actually a foe for the light of heart, and heaven forbids you fight him in the end, because then you'll get him and his entire posse bearing down on you. And of course, the piece de resistance, the classic yet now stylish and different, the Royal Creeper. Yes, look at this fellow. Oh, he bibbles and bobbles when he moves. He is right adorable. I love how he walks. His cape is excellent. Oh, his style is so gauche. Look, he's got a little golden ankle bracelet. He spreads his legs. Yes, he knows how to sit down in a bus stop with those legs spread. No women will tell him off. He's got a right royal presence with those blinking golden eyes in his tiny little cape. Yes, he is royalty personified and he knows it. And when he explodes, you best believe it's going to destroy everything you care about. Oh, look at the radius of the baby. Look at the tutorial we had set up and how it got obliterated. I wasn't expecting the explosion to be this big. Oh, the humanity of it all. Even with full protection armor, it absolutely tore through us and some extra hearts. No, his explosion is no joketion. And his intelligence is greater, and he buffs creepers too, making them faster and exploding like a time bomb, giving you a debuff. But then he'll take them out and himself out. So, that daze effect, nasty, can't even run away. Something I really like about him, which some mods miss, is that he is actually scared of cats. Now, many mods would go, oh, this is a variant creeper, and he would just plow through cats to kill you. But no, this one goes, cats, oh dear, I am out of here. Time to book it. Now, he will prime himself for explosions, and he'll still put his minions on a time bomb, even if there are cats about. He will time bomb them, but that is his kamikaze ways. And yes, he can be supercharged. Right then, my friend. Do your worst. Well, my shield is gone. And so is everything I cared about. Let us get some retrospect here. That is the charged explosion. Is the normal explosion. Observe the absurdity of the supercharged Royal Creeper's crater. Very devastating. So, while these royal variants are royally dangerous, they also drop some royal goodies as well. The royal zombie can drop his royal staff at a low chance, as well as the spiritual crown and the royal armor fragment. Now, this scepter here, we can shift for tooltips on, which I do love, is right-click to grant you buffs to yourself and all controlled creatures. So if we right-click, we get the Royal Blessing, 15 attack speed, plus 3.5 attack damage, 5 speed, and 5 armor. Now, that may be an okay buff, it's actually pretty good, but when you attach a wolf army to it, or various other mods with small swarms of allies, the numbers will add up. And then we scepterize them. They are all now buffed with the Royal Blessing too, making them far stronger. The scepter is also a decent enough weapon. And we are ready for our showdown. Let's get them, boys. Yes, fight for me, my wolves. Take out the zombies. Go on. That's it. Get them. Get buffed and get burnt in sunlight. And finally hit. Very good. Plus 3.5 attack damage is massive. Attack speed's okay, armor's pretty good. Extra movement's good, but that damage, oh, that makes them dangerous. A good hefty rod. And the skeleton, let's not forget our royal skeleton, he drops a royal bone. The royal bone can also tame a dog. The Skelton also will drop the Spiritual Crown and the Armor Fragment, and has a chance of dropping his Royal Arrow and the Royal Bow. There are several ways to get these Royal Arrows, though, without having to get them through fighting him. One such way, if you surround Royal Bone Meal with arrows, you can get 8 Royal Arrows, or 2 arrows plus 3 gold nuggets will give you a Royal Arrow. The Royal Arrow has increased damage and knockback, and applies mark when shot with the Royal Bow. Royal Bone Meal, of course, is made by taking a Royal Bone and grinding up in your Royal inventory, giving you 6 Royal Bone Meal. This Royal Bone Meal will grow a 3x3 worth of plants that it is plotted against. The Royal Bow can also be crafted or found. To craft it, you'll require 2 Royal Bones. Royal Bones being a guaranteed drop, while the bow is only a 13% chance. It can be shot with regular arrows, but with the Royal Arrow, you can't hit your subordinates. No, they are protected. That is something I just learned. But if it is not one of your subordinates, such as a wild dog, then kapow! He is sent flying and marked. The Royal Creeper's claim to fame and item it drops is Royal Gunpowder. Ooh, just look at it. It smells delicious, and its use is to create a Royal Bomb, or a Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. This item, the Royal Bomb, or the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch, is in reality a parody or representation of the Globus Krugiger, I think is how it's pronounced. And that is basically an interesting variation of the orb of Jupiter, or the orb that an Egyptian pharaoh might have, the orb and scepter. See, the idea is if the king is holding an orb, it means he is holding the world in his hand. Thus he rules over the whole world. But wait, well, if we put a cross on top of that orb, then we have a cross over the whole world, thus saying it is God's dominion over the world, Christ's dominion over the world. And then you have a king holding in his hand, or having it perhaps under his foot, thus symbolizing the king's dominance over God's world. And that is a pretty impressive thing to have, if you ask me. An orb that represents the dominance over God's world. You are the king who holds God's world in your hand, and you can throw it as a massive explosive bomb? Yes, that is true power. The Royal Bomb is excessively expensive, but is basically thrown TNT that deals a decent sized explosion, causes this nasty dazed effect, and, well, damages everything nearby. You, of course, are not protected from the explosion, and it will definitely annihilate your butt if it hits you. Thankfully, it has a cooldown, so you cannot absolutely spam them, because that in and of itself sounds like a very bad idea. One fun part about it is it does give us a little before exploding. It's not quite the hallelujah that the Worm's Holy Hand Grenade gives us, but the Royal Bomb is still pretty good. And next onto our royal items, the most difficult and perhaps, well, not most dangerous, as that definitely goes with a grenade, but a dangerous item as well, is the Royal Ender Pearl. The Royal Enderman, of course, drops a Royal Ender Pearl, sometimes even 2, and it can be thrown like a normal Ender Pearl, but this one, ooh, this one's special. This one's spicy. For when thrown, it sends out a little shockwave which gives the heaviness of the ender to the target, slowing them and dealing damage. Also, you don't take damage from throwing this one. No, you are exempt from suffering teleportation damage with the most royal of ender pearls. But it can also be turned into items, giving use to Phantom Membrane, taking 3 of these Phantom Membranes, and combine them with 2 gold and the pearl, you can get the Spectral Gauntlet. Spectral Gauntlet is equipped to the bubble slot of hand, and then it gives you a big old chungus purple hand. Ooh, look at that thing. Isn't that a fancy hand now? If held in your hand normally, well, you're just holding a hand, but when on your hand, well, that gives you +2 block reach and a 15% chance to cause a spectral anvil to slap your opponent in the face. We shall slap the zombie repeatedly. And there we go. Spectral anvil, heaviness at the end. Summoned down upon high from the void to crush our foe. It can also be used to craft yet a different item. The Royal Telolocator, made with a royal bone, 2 gold nuggets, 3 + 1 gold ingots, a compass, and the pearl on top. The Royal Telolocator can then be placed onto a location, and then that marks it, and then the Royal Telolocator will start blinking at you as if it's an eye. And then channel it and return to sender, making it an empty Royal Telolocator, which then must be refilled with an extra Ender Pearl so you can place it again, thus giving you a way to teleport back home. Of course, you could always have some mod pack that adds slash back into your game and slash spawn if you're a big pansy who doesn't like things being difficult and doesn't care about your life, because you can always just teleport back and recover your gear instead of being careful with it and not just going dying or having to keep inventory on. No, you must adventure, and when things get too hard, you go, oh no, the monsters, they're coming. If only we had a way back home out of danger. Wait a minute, we do. And then finally, but not leastly, the spectral crown shards. If you take but 5 of them, you can turn them into the spiritual crown. Yes, the spectral crown shards turn into the spiritual crown. Don't ask me about misreading. And this crown, when placed upon the worthy, will make them King of England, thus turning a mob into its royal variant. Of course, the crown has a different use as well, besides making a royal pain chase you about. It can be used to create royal armor for yourself, thus giving use to the royal armor fragments. The royal armor fragments and royal crown are used with the royal smithing template. Now, the smithing template is created with 6 iron ingots, 2 red wool, and a spiritual crown, thus making the smithing template of royal upgrade. And then you take chainmail and you take the fragment of royal armor you have and you stick them all together, and that will give you a royal helmet. But the royal helmet, ooh, it's pretty looking. Gives you 4 armor and 2 toughness, and when your health drops below 40, you and nearby pets get a temporary defensive bonus. So how does the royal armor stack up to not royal armor? Well, let's go take a look-see. In comparison to diamond armor having 3, 8, 6, and 3, we got 3, 6, 9, and 4, plus this armor has toughness of an increased 0.5 over the other sets, thus making it a little bit better than diamond armor on a whole. Then, on top of that, well, the chest piece has better toughness. Its armor isn't quite as good as the royal variant. It doesn't have the knockback resistance, but it also has that special effect, giving you that little defense boost when you are hurt. And of course, it will make you irresistibly attractive to all of the ladies if you're wearing Royal Knight's armor. Just look at that. Let's take off that Thanos glove and strut our stuffs. That's it, yes. Ooh. And now for His Royal Majesty to give us our buff. There we go. That feels like lower than 40% health, but whatever. We now have a buff of Knightly Fortitude, 100% knockback resistance, plus 7 armor, and plus 4 armor toughness. So when the chips are down and your health is low, you can get a pretty good last stand boost from the Knightly armor. Ah, what a mod. What a great mod, though. It is excellent. I love this mod so much because, well, they have a lot of health. I will say that the Royal variants have a lot of health. It's not overwhelming amounts of health, and the fights feel mostly fair, besides the Enderman. I mean, if you have really good armor and gear, you can beat the Enderman, but everything else feels fair. And I love how they buff their compatriots or activate them to fight you. It's really good. All of them look pretty good too. Like the skeleton, he looks great. Got that golden jaw. Their animations are fun. There's a little bit of variety. It gives them a little bit of flavor. The creeper has so much swagger. I love the creeper. He is, I think, my favorite of the lot. The royal Enderman is looking very... and the royal zombie. I mean, it's a royal outfit, but it really does evoke in my mind, because it's a red royal jacket, the Fall of Kingdoms King, and the beard as well. They're all very good, and the items they give you aren't overpowered. That's what I really like. Their items are good. Like, they're so good. This scepter, that is great. This armor, it is good. All the gear is quite strong. However, it is still balanced within the remit of Minecraft. I feel like a lot of mods lately that I've played or looked at to a certain extent are quite strong, quite overpowered. Like, even the magic mods are really powerful sometimes. Like iron spells, R's, mana artifact, they actually get quite strong. And then there's mods that go even further than that and like have the giant glaives you swing, all these super weapons that just deal ridiculous amounts of damage. And then to balance that, you have to add mobs with like 2,000 health, and everything just becomes number bloat and not fun. And when you join the game on a server, then everyone's super overpowered, and then you just keep trying to get to the overpowered thing, and the whole thing becomes about power. Where these things, yes, they give you a power spike, they give you interesting abilities as well. It's not just power, it's interesting powers. And so it's all pretty fun, it's all pretty cool, and they're an interesting extra challenge of the game, and they just add some swagger and some danger to Minecraft, making it an extra fun and new challenge to deal with and look at. Thank you very much for watching this video. It was a right joy to make. I had some fun with it. I hope you had fun with it too. Until next time, and until that time comes again, I will see you then, all my loyal subjects. And if you are not loyal to me, then the executioner is waiting on the door to the left. Alright, have a wonderful day.